gosh, so honestly, seriously, I remember the first call. Mike calls me to congratulate me that I'm an Atlanta Hawk, and I was pissed because I thought I was better than those 16 guards. I forgot how many those 16 guards that went in front of me, and Mike reminded me, he said, "Hey man, I'm the one that drafted you. Don't be upset at me." And from the rest was the best thing that ever happened to me. So that was all good.
What have you seen from Collin Sexton recently?
It's tough. He's going too fast. I can't see him. He's too fast. No, he's playing great. He's shooting the ball extremely well. You can see as the year has gone on, he's gotten more comfortable. He's cut the in-between game almost out of his game when you look at it statistically. What he's doing, he's getting to the basket, he's making threes, and that's a sign of a pretty good point guard. So he's going to be terrific. And I love his tenaciousness. They have not had the year, obviously, that they've wanted, or maybe they have, I'm not so sure. But what they've done, and what stands out to me, is the team competitiveness. Like they've been down huge, and they come back in games. And I think it stems from him. I just think that's who he is. I think that's a good sign.
How important is it for a guy like that to be patient, though, throughout the season in order to develop and
Yeah, you have to be, but you don't want to be. It's
Right.
a tough one. Like, you don't want to be too patient, and, you don't even want him to be patient in some ways. You want him to want it now and go after it now. You want him to go through the frustrations that we all go through as players or young players, and then you want him to figure it out and be patient, and so I think he's had a great cycle this year, really. When you watch how his season started and where he's at now, he's been pretty good.
Doc, you've had 2 seasons in a row where you guys have dealt away a higher usage player.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people would use the word stars, and done that mid-season, and a lot of times that is a totally sort of disruptive thing, but you guys have last year managed to stay competitive. This year obviously it looks like you guys are going to make the playoffs. What is that like to kind of have that big of a shift take place and still hold the fort enough to where you're
it's not easy, and it is disruptive, but you have to appeal to your players and get them to buy into what you're trying to do now, and then buy in what we're trying to do long term as well. This has been an extraordinary group of guys. Last year we had similar guys, and this group wants to win. They want to prove that they're better than people think they are. I've said that from day one that they are, and they're proving that. When we traded Tobias, that was a tough stretch for us because that's a lot of points going out of the window for us. And not only him, but Mike Scott and Bobby as well. They were also good guys. They fit our what we call Clipper DNA. But it was best for the team. Long run, and we're trying to prove it was best for them now. Bringing Sham in. Sham's been fantastic. For Zoob's been amazing for us. It's made us a lot younger. We're starting 3 guys. 122, 121, 120 right now. It's a young starting lineup. But they buy in, they execute, and I think really, honestly, we have the right veterans around them, and it makes it easier.
You guys were still kind of getting to know each other when you guys went on that homestand.
Yeah.
After about 3 weeks there, do you feel like you guys, it's more cohesive unit, you guys know each other a little bit better?
Yeah, we're better. There's no doubt. We had this big coaching discussion today, like we don't have a lot of stuff in from what we put in training camp, and we were trying to debate what do we have to have in to keep moving forward, and it's a tough call. We don't have enough time. We don't have any practices. So we're doing everything on the fly, and we've chosen, like offensively, 1 set at a time. And it's really, literally that slowly. Like we'll put it in a week, we may think about something else because we've decided run it well. Whatever we do, run it well, and that'll be it. And then run the next thing well, opposed to putting in everything. And so far, it's worked pretty well.
With Wilson, obviously still coming back from his injury.
Yeah.
Like, just what's the usage you feel like he?
I don't know.
Right
I like him. I think he's probably better suited at the 4, but he's really good at the 3. He gives us size as well. We literally don't have a true 3 right now. So he's been good. In that second unit, it gives us size and and veteran. He can go to the 4. He can make shots. So I don't know him. I literally don't know him. We traded for him, and we still didn't see him because he was injured. And now, you know, he's been in a couple practices. We got him on the floor, and we're just trying to make the best of it.
Physically, probably keeping him as shorter stretches is probably best right now.
Yeah, I think right now, just he hadn't played in so long. You know, 5-6 minute stretches. You know, it's probably good for him.
You guys have the 6th best road record in the league. How important is that for a trip like this and potentially heading towards the playoffs?
It's important. That's been the secret success of this team all year. You have teams like that. They don't care where they play. I think they enjoy winning on the road. You know, I think it's like Pat's makeup. You know, he wants to come in and be a villain, and he does that very well. You know, but I think it's just the team makeup. Like, they really don't care. You look at, not only we've played well on the road, but some of the teams we beat in their place. It's amazing with this group, and that's what makes them so special.
Coach, what have you seen from Kevin Love since he's returned from injury? Obviously,
haven't seen him enough, honestly. I tried to watch the last game. He goes out, so you know, he's Kevin Love. You know, that's not going to change. He's one of the great rebounders that we know, especially with his size. Still makes the three. Still a great passer, so he hasn't lost any of that. But I just haven't seen him enough.
I have no ulterior motives with this, but I'm sure you're still talking to Tyronn Lue.
Yeah.
Is he getting antsy?
Yeah. Ty is. You know, he's been great. Though he calls. You know, he was around a little bit right after and hung out with us for a little bit, and then he, you know, he's been traveling everywhere. I'm a little jealous. You know, at times, every time I call him, he's somewhere else. So. But he's actually had a good time, you know. But he wants to get back in for sure, and he deserves to be back in.
Sounds like he's health-wise, he's doing well too.
Yeah, he's doing great. That's the most important part for him. Even though he would never admit it, maybe this happened at the perfect time for his health, and I'm serious about that. We all need to do better in that category.
The goal never changed, but for you guys to go on such a run and after that trade happened, did you anticipate your guys to react the way they have and how they've put the string together?
Man, I didn't know how they were going to react. They didn't react well the first day, I can tell you that. You know, that was a tough day for us, tough couple of days. I thought the Boston game kind of brought every back. You know, we were down 28 in Boston. It was our second day together, third day together. You know, the guys we had a shoot-around. That was it. We went out and then did that, and Sham played terrific. Zoo played terrific in that game, and I thought that kind of brought everybody back in a little bit and allowed us to get our feet under. So I thought that win, at the point at one that helped us turn it around, that was big for us.
Hey, Doc, Larry says he struggles from time to time on not starting Clarkson, but he's so good off the bench. I assume you've had that balance with Montrez. What's the mentality of that?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. It depends on the kid. It really does. You know, Lue obviously accepts it and embraces it. Trez, you know, I thought last year more so it was more of a problem. Like, he wanted to start, he wanted, you know, he went back and forth. I think this year he loves coming off the bench, you know, and so, you know, I don't know when this bench thing became such a bad place to come off of, you know. You know, I always try to remind them of John Havlicek and Kevin McHale and all these other guys, but they don't. Maybe they're too young. You know, I just don't know. But the bench is not the worst thing. It's about finishing games. Is what we try to tell guys, and most of those guys are on the floor at the end of the game. Who starts, I guess it's nice that you get confetti thrown when your name is called, but other than that, I don't know what starting gets you.
If I could ask a follow-up, did you see a common thread between the three guys I mentioned?
Yeah, I would say more Lue and Jordan, you know, just because positionally, Lue's a 2, you know, so I think it's more of that. And oh, Jordan is so young, so you do get that as well. Like, you know, every young player at some point wants to be a starter. And I always think as long as you thought of one, you know, thank God Mike Fratello started me, you know, for my first 7 and 8 years. All 8 years you started me. So that was very nice of you. Thank you very much.